Live from New York. It's the show that's not tanking, not sitting anybody. We're all here.
All
now.
here.
We're ready to go.
Nowadays.
We are intense. We're in playoff form already. KD and the Suns, 29 points, 6 threes. In 8 games as a starter, LeVar Ball-esque. Never lost. Here's the title standings.
Well, odds.
In my book, I call them standings.
Okay.
Just the way it is. Bucks, Celtics, then the Suns. Then the Sixers, who lost last night and didn't try. Brew, we're going to do a way look ahead here. Could Kevin Durant become the league's best player with another title?
Wow.
No. Who's a bad actor?
We're always
Not good.
surprised at the
one
topic.
knew. If no one knew, if you wouldn't have said anything.
Okay,
Trust me.
all right.
I've been in movies. I'm just saying. I
go
have
ahead.
been in a movie.
Go ahead.
Hashtag reality high. Check it out on
Thanks,
Netflix.
I will see that.
But anyway, no. I would
Really?
give Kevin Durant nothing but props should he lead the Phoenix Suns to the title. Mm-hmm. But that will not mean he's the best player in the league. At 34? At 34 years old? He's going to be the best player in the league? I mean, look, you want to call him the best scorer, the most unstoppable scorer? Okay. But there's more to the game than shooting and scoring. And he's not bad at anything, but he's only great at one thing. And that is scoring the basketball. He's a good defender, not a great one. He's a good passer and playmaker, not a great one. He's a solid rebounder. I mean, he is basically 7 feet tall. He gets you about 6 or 7 rebounds a night. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, does he have the package? Does he shoot like KD? Of course not. But he scores scores more than KD.
Yeah, sure.
And he does it as efficiently as KD. Sure. He gets to the foul line a lot more than KD. He's arguably the best defender in the league. Rebounding, of course, he's better. I wouldn't say he's a better playmaker / passer, but he's equal, and he actually gets more assists than KD. Like, Giannis is the best player. And you could make a similar argument for Embiid because he's a better defender, better rebounder. And, some might want to throw Jokic, but I'll just stop at Giannis.
So you didn't mention Steph. If Steph wins the title this year, he gets to be called the best player. If you're
I don't
he'd
think
be the
so.
best player on consecutive champions where he is clearly the only superstar on that team at this point or last year. So I believe Giannis is the best player in the league. And the reason I brought up Steph was because Steph has a lot of the things like limitations, if you will.
That would keep you from being the best player in the world.
Yeah, but I look at this as it is Giannis's title, but it is not in stone the way it was a year ago. A year ago, there was nothing anyone could do, in my opinion, in the postseason to take the title from Giannis because he was, at that point, less than a year removed from not only dominating regular seasons, but having a thoroughly dominant postseason. If Giannis falls flat these playoffs, or
they might just lose. He's not going to fall flat.
Okay, but he could fall flat. I'm saying if he does,
Meaning what? Plays poorly?
Yes, it's on the board.
Does Giannis do that? I mean, really?
Brew, I don't. You're arguing with me about a point I'm not trying to make. I am saying I am talking about the ways that Durant could become the best player. But even if Giannis doesn't fall flat, if the finals were to be Suns-Bucks and Durant were to thoroughly outplay him, we have seen these two play in a playoff series 2 years ago, and Giannis's team won. It also involved, I would argue, the best game of Kevin Durant's life, that Game 5 kind of facing elimination with no Kyrie and Harden on one leg when he had 48, 17, and 10 playing all 48. And then the Game 7 where he had 48, 9, and 6 playing all 53. He has played Giannis in the series recently. And as far as them two together, played him to a draw. Maybe Durant slightly outplayed him. I think it is absolutely it is the best player alive championship belt is up for grabs.
You got to give me some reasons other than winning. Are we just going to give it to the best player on the winner?
No, but if there's if
so
the guy who
the guy who
hold on, wait. The guy who has it right now if he, after last year losing in round 2, if in consecutive years his team falls short of its seed, and I don't think it is such a gap where it's like nobody could argue that Durant has a bigger impact than him. No one could argue, then those guys could get it. Embiid might have an argument at the end of this postseason. I don't think it's going to happen, but Jokic could have an argument at the end of this postseason. Like, does that, you don't think that, you think it is?
There's more. It's not just the best player on the champion. That's not the best player in the world.
I agree with
automatically. You have yet to tell me, other than shooting, what Kevin Durant does better than Giannis.
So I don't think that Kevin Durant is a better defender. I think that, like you said about playmaker, is equivalent. But I don't think it has always simply been a checklist of skills that we go side by side to determine who the best player alive is.
But he's got more help. Who in Milwaukee is as good as Devin Booker?
Well, I agree with that, Brew.
So he's got more help. Mm-hmm. Giannis does more things great. How, if they win, I'll give him props, but that means he's better?
So if the Bucks lose in round 2 to Cleveland, there is nothing that can happen the rest of the postseason that opens the door for someone else to be considered the best player in the league. Again, we agree who it is, but can I show who I think has held? I only think 12 guys ever have held this title. And I think that the way you hold the title is either winning consistently MVPs, getting your team deep into the playoffs every single year, or just being head and shoulders better than everyone. Can we show it, Hubs? I think we can. So Russell and Wilt split it in the 70s. Or in the 60s. Kareem had it for the entirety of the 70s. Moses, then Bird, then Magic. Jordan then had it unquestionably. When Jordan left, Hakeem had it. Then Jordan had it again. Then it was Shaq, Duncan, LeBron for a decade, and Giannis since then. Listen, Kobe fans would argue I have LeBron starting too early. We don't want to argue about the Kobe thing. And LeBron became the best player in the league with the 48 special, but set that aside. It is not just Giannis's in perpetuity. Someone can come grab it from him.
But look, Embiid, I'm saying, you're saying best player.
Yes.
Like if Steph wins this championship, I don't know if that, again, you got to look at supporting cast. You got, all of that comes into play when you're talking about best player.
So you don't think if Steph...
I don't think Kevin Durant's the best player in the league.
I don't right now. You don't think... Can I go to Steph real quick?
They're a really good team, Phoenix.
If the Warriors... What would the argument be if the Warriors win the title? That Steph should not be able to say, I'm the best player in the league. Because you can't...
That he doesn't defend like Giannis or Embiid.
So then he never can be the best player. Neither did Larry Bird. We all agreed he was the best player in the league.
Bird, he had a moment, I guess.
Yes.
That was even in debate. Whether it was, but a lot of people debated that, whether it was him or Magic. But, Steph, look, historically, I got him ranked higher than Durant. But at 34 years old, I also think availability is a part of it. He's not available. He hasn't been that available for 4 years. Doesn't that come into play?
Absolutely,
so
which is why
Giannis have a nice 2-month run.
It wouldn't be.
He hasn't been available most of this season.
Wildes, I guess what I'm saying is it wouldn't be a nice 2-month run. It would be that Durant has been, I would argue, since 2017. And probably before that, actually, in the discussion, is he the best player in the league? Do we all agree?
Sure.
You could argue, really, ever since he won MVP.
It was LeBron.
It was LeBron.
And even when he won in Golden State, no, he wasn't the best player in the world.
Listen, you and I agree he was not. A lot of people disagree. Yeah. I know that our colleague Skip disagrees. A lot of people believe that if Durant and LeBron were on the court together in the NBA Finals in consecutive years and Durant outplayed him, he should get the title. We disagree with that,
He has
Drew.
so much more help.
1,000%. But my point is, if a guy has been in the top 3 almost unanimously for a decade and has an opportunity this year without a super team, without a totally
but with a better supporting cast than Giannis.
Currently, yes, I agree with you.
And arguably than anybody else in the West. Maybe not LeBron. Because you got AD.
So Durant's going to finish even if he wins this year, Durant's going to finish his career having never been the best player in the league.
Yes. Just like Kobe. You just had Kobe. Who has Durant better than Kobe historically? Steph. We both have Steph ahead of Durant. He probably will never be the best player in the world.
I think if either of those guys win it this year, they have a fair claim to it.
Well, you might have to.
Suns at Lakers tonight.
Steph that prop.
10:30. Line heavily tilted towards the Lakers. Suns resting everybody. Booker's resting. Kevin Durant's resting. DeAndre Ayton's resting. Chris Paul is resting. So, Brew, what do you need to see from the Lakers tonight?
Well, I'm disappointed, first of all. I was looking forward to a good game. And even if it's still close, you obviously aren't going to learn much from it. Obviously a win, right? If they want to keep their hopes alive for the 6th seed, a win. I would have said a win over a really good team, which they haven't really had lately. But Phoenix without all their guys, is not that. I guess when I look at it strategically, I would like to see LeBron be a little more a part of the offense rather than the offense. I'd like to see him playmaking a little more rather than shooting as much. I mean, he's going to shoot 20 times a game. He should. But I'd rather see more guys scoring, and particularly AD, going to AD, making sure he eats, and LeBron getting maybe 25 or something like that. Strategically, that's what I'm
the AD part I agree with. I think that I would like to see a monster AD game because, by the way, the Lakers are not going to have an opponent that's actually trying to win until either the first round of the playoffs or the play-in because Utah is out now, and they play Utah in Game 82, and Utah is just going to want to improve their seeding as much as possible. They weren't playing their top two guys when they played them the other day, and it went to overtime. I would imagine they're not going to be playing anybody. And by the way, sidebar, Durant and LeBron have not played each other since Christmas of 2018. We are now on 5 years of these guys because of the injuries to each other or to each person that haven't played each other. The guy I'm actually watching tonight for the Lakers, D'Angelo Russell, because he missed that time with an injury. He came back in the previous game against the Clippers. He looked a little rusty. That's fine.
And he's been banged up.
And he is critical for their abilities to go on a deep playoff run. He needs to be their third best guy, not Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves, if he's your fourth best guy with the way he's been playing, I agree with that. But if you're for the Lakers, I would like to see D'Lo get back in rhythm, AD have a really monster game, and then this is why I didn't really buy into Wildes. The Lakers weren't complaining because it was true, but the bad schedule luck.
They were.
The schedule or the schedule part about the Clippers, this stuff does even out. It was true. The Clippers were on all this rest. The Lakers were on a back-to-back. But now you get a Suns team that, like you mentioned, has not lost a single game with Kevin Durant in the starting lineup. They're on a back-to-back, and you could see this rest day coming for the Suns a week down the road. That's why I wasn't that worried about the loss of the Clippers, was because I thought this would be an easy win because the Suns were never going to play their guys in this game.
You smell a trap game a little bit? Little bit. Let me make an argument
look, they almost lost to Utah. Phoenix had trouble last night with Denver without their top guys. Right. So it's possible, but that's why I said
Trailblazers lost to the Wolves.
The other way around. Wolves lost to the Trailblazers.
Wolves lost to the Trailblazers. Who were trying to lose, sorry. When Denver lost to the Rockets.
Because guys, what do they always say? The tape's out there. So all these guys that are on the bench, the tape is going to be out there. They're playing for a next job.
I think it's interesting. Yeah. Coming up next.
But no, Lakers will
Gronk and Lamar and the Patriots. It's a little dream come true, that little trio.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.